What's all right, make sure everything works. Give it a few more minutes and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, let's go get started. Economic calendar. Main watches, we'll go over that in a few. We got our economic calendar. Retail sales at 8:30 could be pretty definitely if that comes back positive or negative, definitely watch your Costco, Target, Dollar General and all those stocks. Definitely watch that. But the main one is going to be the FOMC statement at 2 p.m. and that's when they're going to announce the rates. All they do is announce the rate, and then at 2:30, Jerome Powell talks, which could contradict the rate hike or make the market even fall or push harder. Usually, you have a kind of two moves on a statement, and then we kind of consolidate waiting for Jerome, and then Jerome talks, and then that move's made after that. And then Thursday, we do have job claims. And then Friday, pre-market, we have Powell talk at 8:45 a.m. So I would definitely not swing unless you know which way the market's going to go. But swinging is going to be well, let me switch this up. Yeah, swinging is going to be basically a coin flip. But let's go ahead and start our watch list. Let me get to it. I tried trading futures here. I was short from here. I got stopped out at break even on this random push up at 751. Don't know why. But let's let me switch this up. Oh, are you sure you want to exit? No. So we're gonna go over our watch lists. Get the retail sales, FOMC data, and then we'll just go through our tickers and try to find key levels and whatnot to play off of. So let's go ahead and ES. We're really waiting. We hit that 4 hour. We had that nice 4 hour supply hit, but we're kind of pushing through it. Retail sales will probably change this on whatnot, and then this was a 2 hour below where we had that nice push up. We came down, tapped it, kind of pushed up again. But the main watches are yesterday's low. Kind of buyers held 3,700. They don't want to give up 3,700, and then we have that 3,800, 3,806, which is our previous support that became almost perfect resistance. So we definitely, that's a good time to start looking for calls. And also if we get above that, we do have I believe it's a 2 hour right here. Yeah, 2 hour supply, and then we have that nice gap, almost 20-point gap, which is pretty strong. But then, that have that 3,900 key level right above that gap. So upside looks a little tough, looks a little struggling to get through, but FOMC today, retail sales, any news trumps TA. So let's just see how we react to FOMC could change everything. Who knows what they're gonna do? I'll give you guys what I do on FOMC towards the end of the day, towards the end of this pre-market live, and I'll show you what I'm going to do when I play it. NQ, NQ's been weaker and definitely stronger when it needs to be. We're kind of making a, you know, rising pattern. Definitely going to watch this, see if it breaks down or it pops up. So we got NQ 11,500 was a key level. You know, we need to get past that. That was our former support where we caught that nice May 20th push. Then we had our consolidation for like 2 weeks, and then we dropped, but we're kind of below it. We need to hold below that. We kind of almost rejecting it right now. That's the top of this flag, and we're kind of making a little M formation, which that's your, M formation. This is your spot to go short. That's NQ. VIX, we're just trading in a range on VIX, so definitely watch the breakout or breakdown of VIX. That's gonna definitely push or pull the market. We had this kind of flag we broke down yesterday, but we're just in this range between 31, 32. Definitely want to see a breakdown of 32, and then like 34 or 34 and a half. We're just ranging right here between these. Kind of higher time frame. I don't see VIX going that much higher, but we are kind of flagging right here. So definitely watch this little downtrend that's forming. See if we could break this flag to the upside. But overall, I can't see VIX going that much higher unless just FOMC is just completely going to destroy the market. But most of the time it's priced in. You can tell, 35 has been pretty much at the highs of, we haven't been above January 25th. We hit 38, and then we were, the election was when we were higher than that. But also with VIX, this is the first time we're gonna try to keep this off. Why does that pop down? This is the first time we're going to that we're in a bear market where VIX is only at 30. Normally every bear market you have like a 400% spike in VIX. We're only at a very small spike. I'll try to find actually the proper percentages on that. We have It says if XPX has bottomed, it will be the first time in history that VIX did not cross above 45 in a bear market. The average bear market crash since 2001 has resulted in a 450% VIX spike. Meanwhile, the current high marks only 130% spike. So we need to get about 3 times spike on VIX if this is actually a true bear market. VIX isn't really that high for, we're at the same spot we are when, in December when we're at all-time highs. Beginning of December, January 1st, we're at all-time high. Like we're not that far up. that's why I'm watching on VIX. Definitely watch that flag. Watch the watch the flag. Watch the range breakout. We're holding 32, 31, and definitely want to see us. If 34. VIX works opposite of market, so when VIX goes down, usually the market goes up. That's VIX. Apple. Just a lot of consolidation on Apple. Not really, kind of like the moves on Apple does happen overnight. But to the upside, I want to see kind of 34, a 34 touch, which would be my 2 hour. My 2 hour demand. It has been touched. It did touch the next candle after it was formed. But a lot of consolidation in Apple. Not really the best stock to look towards. A lot of people think Apple's just going to go down, but that 132.58 is definitely a huge key level. Huge key level. This was previous here. We had another support here that we pushed off of. So definitely watching. We're just consolidating around that area right now. AMD, just trading in a range, kind of, sort of, really not that much movement yesterday. The video moved a lot better compared to AMD. Man, I'm getting smoked on futures. Um, you know, this is AMD yesterday. How do you trade this? This is what I was telling, my mentors. Like, how do you trade this? Same with Apple. Like, how do you can't, all you can do is scalp this. You can't really, it's just, that's why I think sometimes it's just better to sit on the sideline. And that's what, I mainly did yesterday. I just took that in a video put, kind of holding it for FOMC, but, I didn't really see that many other setups unless you're going off, it wasn't supply and demand because, with supply and demand, we had that first hour candle was kind of invalidated a lot with that huge, kind of huge movement. Hard to play supply and demand with that. Facebook. Facebook had this 2 hour that we actually touched pretty well yesterday. Right here, kind of dropped. I want to see this 2 hour hold at like 167, but that 169 is a key level. I'm going back. That was our pre-earnings low right there. So that's what I'm waiting for. I want to see a 169 touch. See if we can test it as a resistance and then continue down to that 153. That's what I'm waiting on Facebook or Meta. Microsoft. Microsoft had a nice. It's actually at that previous pivot right here, which is that key level. Um, Microsoft did a lot of, looked like almost like the market complete sideways and then a huge drop. Has a lot of gaps to fill. Not looking to go long until 232 unless we break that 245 and hold. But of course, just remember, any news trumps TA. Like, no matter what, you can't, if people show you on Twitter that, oh, SPY broke out because it rejected or touched a 10 EMA at FOMC. No, it broke out because of FOMC, not because of inside day and whatnot. What strat people do. Don't news trumps TA no matter what. Nvidia, we caught that. I caught that short. Had a nice scale out. At open, we did hit this supply. Kind of that 157.52 was another small key level, but yeah, 155 hold. I told you that was going to be a key level to hold 155. It seems like it did hold it. I was anticipating the breakdown of it, but we never got a breakdown. Kind of starting to look like a Head and Shoulders. Definitely want to stay at 162, possibly 163.12, and then start seeing that gap fill. But then above we have that 172 supply, which we had that big sell off from. Tesla, I had 629 hold, which was a pretty solid hold, and actually hit a demand of mine yesterday. But prices on Tesla are so inflated. There's that 4-hour demand, but prices on Tesla are so inflated that you have to go kind of farther out of the money to get a decent sized contract, and then you're risking more with getting farther out of the money. So that's why I've been kind of staying away from Tesla. I like it, when Tesla's premiums get super cheap, and that's when you start to look for swings on Tesla, and that's when the big move happens. But with Tesla, we had 629 hold. We have 686 above, which was kind of a previous resistance, previous support, previous resistance. And then we have kind of our supply right above key levels or below. Most stocks have a key level right where this sell-off happened. Tesla, not really strong pre-market, kind of sideways. Looking at Tesla yesterday, I kind of missed this kind of double tap. I think it was a 30-minute. No, 1 hour was extended on. From that demand, we created another demand right here, and then look, we came down at towards close and pushed off of it. Tesla seems to be getting a little stuck at 672, 670 area, so maybe we'll possibly push above that, and then we could see 686. But of course, with Tesla, it's kind of a beast of its own. Amazon, that 100, 102 area is a key level. It's back to that previous resistance area right here at 102, 100 area. 1, 2, 3. This is weekly, so this is from the 18. This is almost 2 years plus resistance. So going to be strong. Then we had this huge move from it. 80% move. Not sure if that was 80% with the before stock split. We had two nice bounces from it, but not getting the best bounce. I can see if we break 100 on Amazon, 100 is going to be the big cycle level on Amazon. I'm actually going to set an alert for it. But, that 102.41, we're kind of holding it pretty well. So far. Retail sales in 9 minutes. Definitely XLP. Definitely want to watch XLP on that. So we'll go back to ES. Kind of a little cool down on ES. We're just consolidating right now. There's that M. That's an M pattern. If you see this, it's pretty solid. This is something you want to see. It's kind of like the double tap. You want to push up, push down, push down. And then, you like to go long, you like to go short here, kind of keep your stop loss, possibly at that high right there. Let's look at some news. Just waiting on those retail sales. I think Disney lost 20 million subscribers. Those 20 million subscribers lost. Guidance cut incoming. Analysts discuss Disney after IPL rights auction. Microsoft is shutting down Internet Explorer today. Wow, that's interesting. I know a lot of companies use Internet Explorer. So ES is kind of breaking above this little flag I made. The fan kind of just died. After retail sales, I'll talk to you guys about what I'm gonna do with SPY with FOMC. It's the not the most profitable. Like some people will show you, their 1,000% from FOMC. It's the safest way. Wow. That fan is super, super, super old. But I put it right in front of my AC. This room has vaulted ceilings, so one of the hottest rooms in the house. Because the vaulted ceilings, go to the roof and it's like 100 degrees here. So, Sammy, I'm gonna go over it after retail sales. So like in 10 minutes on what I do for FOMC. Some people say like what the first move is the opposite move of where it's gonna go, and if we push up at first, you buy puts because we're just gonna go down. But I'll go over what I do. Try to find previous results. I think I have my last results from it too. This was 316 on what we did, 102 to 311 on the calls, and we went 0.88 to 2.5 on the put. So we play both ways, but I'll show you what overall was when you got this, you could have made 3.71 gain per spread with only spending less than 2. So you basically turned less than 2 into almost 6, 5.71, so 6. Yeah, I mean the main thing we're watching the retail sales. Bring us back down. BA is kind of holding a level of mine. I want really BA to get down to 100 so I could grab some leaps, but we're holding that 113 area. If we go back, it's that key pivot from the 20th, May 12th, which down below that we have that 99. So if we hit that 99, I'm definitely looking at BA, but we're holding pretty well here. Not really, BA is one of those stocks where you have to get in and get out at proper times. All right, we have one. There's our 8:30. Let's see if market acts really weird. Retail sales negative 0.3%, consensus 0.1. So it's bad. It says everything's sinking. So what, let it pop up, pop down. So as someone wrote, this may be enough for negative Q2 GDP. Let's watch this for a little bit because I am in short on futures. So retail sales are way down. So, all right. So SPY. This is what we do. This is what I personally do on FOMC. We have SPY. We can go back to our previous one. Let me look up when it was. FOMC May 3rd. So in May 3rd. Okay. This is May 3rd through the 4th. That doesn't make sense. It should be in the 5th. All right. Slow this up. Am I not getting data back here? Yeah, here's May 4th. So it was May 4th. So we had SPY right here, May 4th. We had FOMC right here. This is so going into FOMC. This is what I do. Right before it happens, I grab 1% calls and puts. So we're taking 418, 1% of 418, which I don't know why I pulled up my calculator. Should be, I need to pull up my calculator anyways. I can't. It's a habit. So it's 41 or $4. So we're doing a $4 range. Okay. So we're going to look for 422 calls and then for 14 puts. And we could go closer to the money if, depending on the price, 0 day, of course. So we do 1% in each direction. So I like to go this little tool, you go 1% up. And then we're going to go to 2%. So this is our going to be our range for FOMC. So, if you right here, right before, this is where we close right before 2, which they had the announcement or rate hikes. When you grab this, you grab this. Once one hits to the downside, you look to close it. Then we have that possible reversal, and then I close it at 422. So you catch that downside, and then you catch that upside. If we do go up first, you catch it. So basically, when we hit that 1% on each side, you sell. What I like to watch is kind of if we, if we do continue straight down, if we break that 1%, I'll start doing a trailing stop. Just start doing trailing stops. And then, if you close your put here and we continue going down, you don't really hold that call. You can hold it probably, 422 call is probably going to be worthless way down here, close to worthless, but you did print on that put. You got to remember that. So that's the safest way to do it for me. I don't try to predict, our first move's up. So, the main move is going to be down. I don't do that prediction. I do just, 1% on each direction. Pop that back up because I need to post. I sell once those are hit, and then see if the reversal comes. If not, I just sell my call, and then just walk away. They are 0 days, so your call. If we do get a put 418, we hit 414. That puts making pretty solid money. And then when we reverse, that call is basically gonna go really bad, downly bad, into way in the money. I mean, we went 428 and we had 422 calls back here. So we could have banked hard, but that's my safest way to do it. So that's how I like to do it. Pretty solid. You could tell we turned, we basically made 100% last time. People will show you 1,000%, but I'm not the biggest fan of. You buy both. What's up, Brad? You buy both. So right before FOMC, what I do is you buy a call and a put 1% in each direction. If the first move is down, here's your put. You have 414 puts basically in the money. Sell that one or begin your trailing stop. Keep moving your stop up. And then for that possible reversal for that call, 422. And you can tell, look at that reversal on the call. Yeah, I buy both. It's the safest way. I played this last, the last couple times, and this is the safest way. A lot of people like to do like the first initial spike. They buy puts, and sell their puts, and then sometimes the first direction is not the true direction. But this is my safest way to do it. Safest way. Um, I'm not looking for those home runs. I'm not looking. I'm not on Twitter showing 1,000%ers. I'm looking for safe wins, and that's it right here. That 414, you can tell that 414 went into money here, basically almost in the money. We held those 422 calls for that reversal, and look, so for 22 calls, we hit 428, and these are 0 days, so these moves are going to be a lot, at 2 o'clock. You got to buy it before 2 o'clock if your broker, kind of if your broker makes you. So that's kind of on that FOMC. I want to go live for FOMC, but not 100% sure I can. Let's go back to ES. Kind of holding this flag right now. We're wicking above and wicking below. Yeah, I got Webull, so you got to buy them before 2 p.m. So I usually look at it like right before 2 p.m. and then mark up your 1%. I'm going to post it in my channel. I'll post what I do in my channel. If we do have just one direction, if we do just sell off on that, let's see. Basically, if we do SPY right now, we'll be grabbing. Doesn't say the price. Basically if we do SPY right now, we'll be grabbing like maybe 380 calls and 375 puts. Towards 2 p.m. these we're gonna have a little cheap price. So like at 150, I'm gonna be grabbing. Let's look at the 0 days. Options, like right now the calls like 380s, 1.4, and the puts. Well, puts are gonna be cheaper. The 370s are 2.4. Wow, that was crazy volume on the puts yesterday. So hopefully we get them like both under 2 and possibly turn it into 6. That's the goal. That's my safest way of doing it. Play both ways. If we do just sell off, you have your moving stop. If this SPY goes from, they close it at like, I'm not sure on SPY. Normal ones they close around like 340, like 350 if you don't have enough capital to purchase the shares. But SPY I've been able to hold into close. I think they automatically close. I don't think they automatically close SPY and SPX. Not 100% sure. But no, it's towards end of day. They'll give you a couple warnings, so it's like 3:30. So I mean, you can still catch that move. But if we do just sell off, if they do give a crazy rate hike, if we just sell off, just let your call go to 0. And as long as you cover the call with your put and then make more money, you're still making money. But if you get like a 374 put and you're down at, if we sell off to 370, you're making, 300, 400%. If you let that call go to 0, you make good money. Yeah, SPY closes at 415. But I've never been automatically sold on SPY. But that's my safe bet. Looks like we're still having, we have this 4-hour zone that we can't really break above yet. Retail sales are bad, so I don't know why we're acting weird. Yeah, FedEx yesterday, man, I think is still respecting that uptrend. Posted in my other alert, my note alerts, that they increased their dividend by over 50%, which is pretty big. That thing ran. Should have really looked into it. FedEx kind of worries me. It didn't run. A lot of consolidation. Last time I played FedEx, the premiums were horrible, so haven't really looked at them. But we're respecting that uptrend. 1 rejection, 2 rejections, and then looked at we're possible rejection here. Let's see what What's XLP doing? Costco's a nice short. Just I'm starting to play these a little bit more again, where your support becomes resistance. You can tell there's your support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then we broke below. And you can tell. Look at those resistances. Reject, 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 reject. It's like 6 rejections. For some reason, the market, yes, is flying. Stop out of that short. Now, let's see if stocks are being affected from it. SPY's kind of, ES is up over 1%. AMD still kind of sideways. Still watching Meta at that 169 area, which is previous resistance or previous support. Want to see if it's going to be made as resistance. Microsoft, just a lot of consolidation. Nvidia, definitely want to see at 162 push and then break 2 days ago's high to fill that gap up to 170. 3788. Yeah, that's the top of my kind of 4-hour supply that we rejected overnight. But I like to, that's the play. The second time, That was that initial at 7:30 initial reaction or initial rejection. What is the GDP? Um, so the retail sales were bad, which is gonna look into the GDP, which is gonna hurt the GDP. So the ideal GDP growth rate is 2 to 3%. So that's what the next data, the retail sales. We're watching at GDP. Let's go look at some more news, and then we'll go over our watch list again. What's Bitcoin at? Oh, almost got underneath 20. Yeah, I was in a discussion yesterday. I'm like, should you be selling all your long-term shares if you guys are a long-term investor, which most people are with your 401k. Um, Obviously, you can't sell the shares on that one. I said, I'm not in a sell everything and go cash state. I'm in a price average where you just keep adding to it. Every time we go down, you add. If I have 5 shares of Apple, long term, when we get down here, I'm gonna add another 5, and then when we get down here, I'm gonna add another 5. I'm gonna get down here. I'm gonna add another 5. You don't full port. I'm not full porting at all right here. I'm just gonna keep price averaging, price average. A lot of people say if you put $100, if you put $100 every month into Bitcoin, in 10 years you might be a millionaire. But you have to put that $100 in every month. It's just price averaging. If you just consistently add to your portfolio and shares, that's why dividends is good, because you get the dividend and then you put the money back into the stock. So you're taking your dividend money and then you're putting it back into the stock. So you just keep adding to your stock. And yeah, we're 20% down, but if history repeats, which it's done since the age of time, every crash, every um every huge event, we've come out stronger. But this is the first time they can't lower the rates. They could go to 0 again, but inflation will just go through the roof. So this is a really, really, really tough time. I think it's just a lose-lose for everybody. Just because the Feds were playing it off as I think they just wanted everything to go back to normal on its own. They didn't want to be the bad guys. But if you sorry, on this COVID crash, if you price averaged on the way down, Apple shares, of course it was a stock split, so it's hard to it's a little different now, but if you got like this happened over February to May, February, March, April, so like 3-4 months. So like every 2 weeks you bought 5 shares, keep doing it, and then when we get to here, I mean you're banking. You just went 5 shares every 2 weeks over 4 months, 8, so that's 40. So you bought let's just say you had, I don't know why I'm doing this math, I'm just calculator. So you had what, 80, 70, you got $80, 70, 60, 50, and got 5 each. It's bad that I gotta use a calculator for all this, but just habit. Okay, so you just, okay, 350, 300, 250. So even though you bought your initial at 400, if you do price average, you're buying your last at 250. So your average is 325. So your first one initial 400, if you price average, your average is 325, which isn't bad. Well, 325 divided by 5. 65. So your average stock 65. And you sell all maybe 115. 15, 20, get 20 for 2,300. You made $2,000 on that. No, you made this math, man. So that 2300, 5, 10, 15, 20. Your initial investment was 1300 and you sold at 2300. You know, you came out almost 100%. That's why you price average. Sorry about the horrible math. That's why you price average. That's the discussion I was in yesterday. Like, I'm not straight up selling, if Bitcoin just keep averaging it down. That's what MSRT, even though he almost got margin scare, he's a long-term investor. He's going to, he's a long-term investor in Bitcoin. He's just going to keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. You know, when we get out of this recession and the economy gets back to normal, and hopefully everything gets back to normal, which we have. We've been in stagflation before, we've been in a recession, we've been in a COVID crash where the markets crashed quickly, and where are we now? We're way above it. We always come out stronger. So if you think the all-time high is in for SPY, I think you're wrong. We're always going to come out stronger. So what NQ is doing, kind of rejecting that. NQ rejected my supply right here. 3-hour big sell-off. Get back up one touch, another touch. We are making a little downtrend. We'll go from here to here. I'm gonna grab a coffee and my medicine, and then we'll go through the watch list one more time and get ready for some live trading. I'll pop up my watch list while I'm gone. The bottom right. All right, I'll keep that pop up. Start going through it. Retail sales 8:30, FOMC at 2. The announcement of rate changes are at 2. Oh wait, I got it. The announcement is at 2. Powell speaks at 2:30. So there's two different events. So we have ES 3807 is going to be our main thing I'm looking for. A possible, if we do push up, rejection there, which is our former previous low here. Since breaking it and retesting, we are just in ranging. So, 3807, love to see another rejection of it. But right now, we're making higher lows. So we're having a steady we're still making higher lows. Definitely need to watch that break of one of these higher lows. And then we could possibly continue down. Nice basically rising wedge now. Nice rising wedge going, but with that rising wedge is no money. 11,500 on QQQ, which we're at right now. So this is a kind of a big level for QQQ, which was that previous support, kind of a support here, resistance, kind of broke up above it, resistance, and then possibly another resistance right now. VIX still flagging, watching the break from like 32 to 34. We're just trading in a range. I think this is going to be the big thing to watch. Watch VIX. Are we gonna? We've been chopping since Monday. Let's see which way we're gonna go. Very interesting candle on ES right now. Big volume. So we got VIX. Yeah, watch VIX, the range. Apple. Definitely just sideways. I'm not really looking at Apple at all unless, a decent move is made. This thing's just chop down, chop down, chop down. It's just chopping, makes its move, chops. You guys definitely want to watch that move. AMD, I have the ranges from 90 AMD range 90 to 84. So 90 key level here. And then 84 would be, a good spot to grab a few leaps. You can tell there's your 84 here. Support was previous resistance, support. Let's see if we can hold support again. If we do break down that 84, the key levels, what you do is you break it down. You can play the break, or you can play that retest and then continuation down. Facebook, Meta. I'm watching. I want 169 retest. That's what the main watch. This was a previous support. Was resistance here. I'd love to see another retest here and then continuation down. Microsoft. The only thing I haven't said on Microsoft is just choppy. We had an inside day. We are going to open up above that inside day. Definitely not looking at Microsoft. Nvidia. Nvidia at 155 key hold. I really wanted to see the breakdown of that 155, and that thing would have gonna fall. But decent hold. Yesterday we're just bouncing between these zones that created. 155, this 157. Definitely watching Nvidia 160. Why did I say 160? 162, which was this high, 163.2. Okay. So I'm watching 162 right here, which is a pretty decent hold. If you go to daily, no, 161, you got 160, 162, and then you have that huge gap all the way up to 168, but then above we have kind of a supply. Tesla, we have 629, which caught, we got close to 629 yesterday. But definitely watching at 686, see if we could use that as another resistance. It was a support, broke through, see if we could pop up, hit that resistance, and then drop. And then Amazon, just watch that 100 key level. But we've been chopping. I don't see much movement in Amazon. But that's going to be that. Take a picture of it. Do you think 0.5? Bonds, everything is pointing to 0.75. The it's priced in at 0.75, so might as well do what it's priced in as. Someone wrote Powell's the master in the bond market. Powell's master is the bond market. The bond market is pricing in a 0.75 basis point rate hike. So Powell will hike 7.75. The market will not be shocked by it because the bonds told them to do it. So the bonds are pricing that in. So the market does price in. So when these decisions do happen, it's not a complete shock and just a complete sell-off. You gotta remember the rate hike gets one reaction, then how Powell um and how his conference gets another reaction. And then usually overnight we get another reaction. Usually if we do close at all time, if we do close at a daily high, I expect a gap down. In this bear market since the beginning of the month, every time we've closed at a daily high, we have gap down the next day. Something to keep in mind. Same with FOMC. If we do push, like crazy, usually the next day we do gap down. Just because the news is digested better overnight. I mean, this action pre-market makes no sense either. If you guys are watching, make sure you guys like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That'd be awesome. I'm trying to get a lot more subscribers. I want to grow this pre-market channel. I'll watch one and he gets crazy amount of people in his, and pretty simple. I mean, I believe I do more than him, but that's just my personal take. See if anything news. But if you take one trade today, I would do that. The FOMC trade. I will announce it on Twitter and I'll announce it in my channel, my alert channel, because that's mostly what I'm going to be taking today. If you guys haven't, here's my socials at Fair Brandon on Twitter. I do post a lot of intraday commentary when the market's fun. It hasn't been fun the last few days, just a lot of consolidation, a lot of boringness. And then TikTok, Excalibur Invest. So I kind of changed my switched it up a little bit. Let me go back to normal. Let's go. So main thing is we need to break kind of these pivots. See if we can start making, break these higher lows. We're making higher lows all night. Or since 120. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Let's see if we can keep that. Inflation costing Americans an extra $460 per month. Let the markets burn. SPY. Yeah, Tesla just dropped $12. $12, $15 right now. What's up, Alan? I'm mainly going to be trading FOMC today. Well, wow, VIX just dropped $2. Yeah, I'm chilling. The market's always there. It better be up. I'm spending a lot of money on damn Roblox. Yeah, saving a lot of BP for that. Wait, why did the VIX gap down $2? What? I'm still at the top of my rising wedge. because VIX is at damn 32. Now it's at 30. And you got monthly expirations on VIX today. Oh, markets closed Monday, everybody. Juneteenth. Yeah, it's a national holiday. After quad witching, it's gonna be a very interesting Friday. No. Yeah. I'm watching 3807. Send to boot camp. Discipline. Discipline. I don't know. We're still making higher lows since overnight, so that's what the main thing I'm watching. There's free ones. You can get the same thing. There's free ones. You can get the same thing. It's just an EMA cloud. Pretty nice push here. VIX just being weird. VIX gap down for some weird reason. Like gap down on time too. Oh, there's that Facebook 169 rejection. Man, there's that 169 rejection. Had that this morning. I didn't have my chart up though. Don't know why it's not. Meta Meta rejected 169. Perfect. Missed it. Like good ass or bad ass? Okay. Just checking. Do EMAs change when you have extended on? No. Yo, no, I'm not playing any of this crap. QQQ IV's 112 for 0 days? What? Yeah, 84. That's horrible. It's gonna be under 40. But NQ retested 11,500. Dude, BA's at the 130? What? Wow, Boeing. What? I want to get down to 100. Took off. Yeah, they have a free one. I think I'm gonna stick with Trading Ticks. We got a little M pattern forming. You see that, Professor X? I sent you a thing. That's why I like Trading Ticks. Because if you saw that, I mean, you banked. TR algo flow. I mean, it's just net flow um, added up, I think. That's the 5. Oh, that's why. That's the 5. Let's buy. I mean, I just see whatever that guy. Yeah, I just want to see what he does. Energy is the only thing red. Energy. Just buy Ethereum. That's what, bro. That's what I was freaking Pablo or whatever Discord. He's telling everyone to sell everything. I'm like, no, don't sell everything. Keep cost dollar average it. Just keep buying. Keep putting $100 into Bitcoin every week, or keep putting $1,000 every month. Like, just keep buying it. Don't sell everything. But he's going on about stagflation. I was like, okay. New highs. You wouldn't have held that long.